Okay, Ironwood Gold and Silver community. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Two parts of this video. The first part is going to be of some substance, and the second part is going to be getting caught up, like some freestyle talking, ideas, thoughts, what I've been doing, mistakes, regrets, yada yada. Okay, so the first part, the part of substance. I've been wanting to do a video on is it worth it to encapsulate a coin or not? And the answer is, it depends on what type of coin. Your answer is going to be yes or no. We're going to learn from my mistakes. I think that's the best way to do it. Okay, as you can see here, I have some 38 millimeter black ring capsules here, and I have another type of capsule in there too. That's another millimeter size. And between the maple capsules, which I don't have any right now, the eagle capsules, which I usually have on hand anyway, you know what I'm saying? And these capsules, I was able to encapsulate all the types of coins that are in these containers, these tubes, okay? And what happened is months and months and months later, I opened the safe to, I don't know, admire my coins one day, and I noticed that most of the coins that I put in capsules are milk spotted. So that totally defeats the whole purpose of a capsule. If it's just going to milk spot anyway and become imperfect all on its own, I mean, what do you really do with that? I mean, and I actually got something to show you about the extreme cases. Okay, so what to encapsulate and what to not. In my opinion, I think it is only worth to encapsulate these two types of coins, this green one and this yellow one. These are American Silver Eagles, and these are Canadian Silver Maples. And oh yeah, there's also a couple other things that we have to talk about with silver. Silver is not like gold. Gold stays perfect. It doesn't tarnish or anything else. So when it comes to silver, you know, a lot of people feel that capsules are not worth it because the coins are going to tarnish anyway. Now, tarnish is not milk spot. That's a whole different issue. Yes, silver coins tarnish, but I like to keep my silver coins looking nice. And I'm going to tell you like what I've been doing, okay? So right now, the only capsules, the only coins that I'm encapsulating are the Eagles because of the milk spot problem. And I also put a rule on myself to save money on capsules. You got to realize something, okay? I probably spent $20 on these two types of capsules, and that's almost an ounce of silver. So I wasted time and money that I could have bought an ounce of silver with on these capsules, and all the coins milk spotted, and really it was a disaster. I mean, if we're going to learn from my mistakes, let's talk about it, okay? So you could come back months later and all your coins will be milk spotted. So let's talk about the two coins that I feel are worth encapsulating. One, the American Silver Eagle isn't really known for like milk spotting. Just for some reason, the American Mint, I guess they discovered that the reason for the milk spotting on the coins is because a cleaning agent they're using on the blank planchets at the mints contains borax. And when these coins get annealed, it's called annealing. It means getting them hot. They have to go through a process to where they get really hot, and then they get cooled down in like this cleaning solution that has borax in it. And it's the borax that's causing these coins to turn white. Now, I don't know what they're doing at the American Mint. Like, I've seen American Silver Eagles milk spot once in a while, but it is pretty rare and far in between. And the United States Mint does not have a guarantee that their coins will not milk spot, but it's pretty few and far in between. I really don't see it a lot. I mean, yeah, like my Eagles are scratched up, dinged. Yes, they are tarnished, but one thing I don't see on my American Silver Eagles a lot is milk spotting. I don't think I've seen one yet. And I got 23 ounces of Silver Eagles here. Well, 24 if you include the one in my wallet. So I haven't seen a milk spot yet. Now, so yeah, these are worth it. But now I'm going to have to actually pop this tube open to show you this extreme bullshit that was going on. So the only other coin that I feel is worth encapsulating is the Canadian Silver Maple, because at one point in time, the Canadian Silver Maple was the worst offender. I'm talking bad for milk spotting. I actually have one coin here for an example. But what happened is in 2018, there was so many complaints, and I think the Canadian Mint dropped to like dead last. Let's get some coins out here so you can look at stuff. Yeah, the Canadian Mint was dead last because of all the complaints about the milk spotting. So in 2018, they did something and they guaranteed that their coins will not milk spot after 2018, which is why I was really so upset about this coin being 2017, because yes, it is in a capsule, because it is a semi-numismatic specialty coin. There's only like 250,000 of these made, okay? But if you look at that sky under Canada, you can see all the milk spot dots. I mean, Canada was the worst offender, but here's what's up. I love this design so much that I intended on buying it anyway and encapsulating it anyway, just because I just want to keep the coin as nice as I possibly can. And I don't know, the milk spots in the sky are kind of like dots, so I just pretend they're stars, to be honest. Hey, look at all the pretty stars in the sky. Yep, those are fucking milk spots. But, okay, so the guarantee is after 2018, they won't milk spot anymore. Now, the old Canadian Silver Maples without the radial lines, I want you to look how bad this coin is. Look at this. Look at all that milk spotting on there. I mean, the whole coin is completely ruined. Now, the only benefit to a Canadian maple that looks like this, all this milk spotting, in the wild, you know, like at coin shops or wherever, if you come upon a silver maple that's this milk spotted, chances are it's real. So you can almost use milk spotting on a coin like this as almost like a verification that it's a real coin. So yeah, Canada used to have the worst mint. They were the worst offenders. Let's grab a radial coin from before 2018. I'm working on it. Do I even have? Yes, I do have one. Okay, we have a radial coin from 2017. And what I mean by radial coin, there's a bunch of lines around the queen's face, and you see how it makes the coin cartwheel? See that in the light, the cartwheel? That's what I mean by radial. The older coin before that, it was flat. All that surface around the leaf is flat. It's just a blank flat space. And then they went to a radial line. And as you can see, this coin it's not as bad. Let me see if I can get it in the light. You know, I hate this light. But, you know, we're not going to talk negative here. We're going to talk positive. I love that light. Okay, so the milk spotting on the tube, you can see it around the leaf. Let me turn it over. You can kind of see it on her. Oh, yeah, you can see it on her face. Yeah, she looks like she has, like, leprosy. Yeah, so those are milk spots. So the only thing I want to say about the Canadian Silver Maples is before 2018, they are not worth encapsulating. Put them in the tube because they're just going to milk spot anyway. But then they did their guarantee after 2018. Oh, man, yes. Look at that coin compared to the other two. Oh, I hate that light. So there's the other two. And then look at this. No milk spots whatsoever. And that thing shines. Yeah, and since the mint did a guarantee on these coins not to have milk spotting after 2018, I feel that it is worth it to put Canadian maples after 2018 into capsules. Now, earlier I mentioned a rule I put on myself when it comes to buying capsules. So here's the other part of this encapsulating in tube thing that I've been doing. And you gotta remember something, this is a system that I created on my own. So this is just my style. And I haven't heard of anyone else doing it this way. So after the disaster with all the milk spots on these capsules, what I decided to do was I'm not going to put any more coins into capsules until a tube is filled. Once a tube is filled, then I will say, okay, I'm serious enough about that particular coin to start encapsulating. Because once you fill up a tube, I mean, you're a serious buyer. And you see, and what this does, when you have a system like this, how it saves money, the Eagle tube is full, okay? So I went and bought Eagle capsules. And these are really the only capsules I use right now, period, end of story, because all the other coins, the tube isn't filled up yet. And that's just a system that I put in place for myself so that this doesn't get out of control, like financially. I mean, if you want to talk about buying accessories, oh my God, this can get really expensive really quick. You just need to focus on the silver, okay? And what I mean by focusing on the silver is, God, I'm getting off track here. You know what? I'm sorry. I got a lot to talk about. This is like my 6th time trying to do this video, and you know, I've been bouncing around just because I haven't done a video in a long time. Okay, so the Eagle tube is filled up. We now have Eagles in capsules. So yeah, it works pretty good. And then, you know, the maple tube isn't filled up yet, so we're not going to buy any capsules because we're just not ready for it yet. And that's how you just keep that whole situation in control. I think that wraps that up. Maybe we should just switch over to the freestyle because, I don't know, I haven't done a video in a while. I'm kind of rusty at this, to be honest. I mean, like, for real, I've had to do this like 6 times. You know, my kids are here making noise with whatever it is that's playing over there now. So I just decided to say screw it. And, you know, I don't edit my videos either. Like, whatever you get is what you get. I don't go back, edit nothing. It's all raw. I keep putting my finger there. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. All right, freestyle time. The reason why I haven't been doing videos in a while is because, you know, the first few years that I did this, I was really excited to pull my silver out of the safe. And, you know, and when you have coins in the raw, you can play with them and knock them over. You know, all that jazz, you know. But realistically, the more you take your silver out of the safe, the more it gets scratched up, dinged, tarnished, damaged, and not to mention, you know, these tubes, they're not the greatest thing for getting these things back in there either. Like, it's nice when you have a tall stack because, you know, you can stack them up like that and then just turn the thing upside down. You see, that was pretty simple, but like, when you have like a fresh tube and you only got like a few in there, so let's put 2 in there, and let's say you buy a new one and you drop it in there, boop, that dinged the next coin down. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with tubes. You know, it damages the coins. And when you go to sell these Silver Eagles, here's what's up. Silver Eagles, you should get a premium on these, but because they're scratched up and damaged, you know, you're going to get the runaround and you're only going to get spot. So I think that's really the bottom line when it comes to the capsules is, you know, if you can get a few dollars more for your investment, do it. I think it's worth it. So it's $1 per capsule, and in a perfect encapsulated Silver Eagle, you should get like $3 over spot for it. So it'll all work out in the end. But I mean, why not protect your investment? Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why did you put Silver Eagles in the tube to begin with if it damages them? Well, you have to realize something though. There's three styles to stacking, okay? And the third one I'm not going to talk much about, but the first two involve me a lot. I started off as a prepper stacker. During COVID, I had no money saved up. I thought that this might have been a situation that was serious enough to where like something would happen to the dollar, maybe. I just didn't know. And the sense of uncertainty was just so overwhelming. I found this guy on YouTube. His name was Mikey DYDSS. And he brought me into this space. And I learned most of my initial stuff from him. And like one thing led to another. So here's what's up. Veering off again. I started off as a prepper stacker. And what that is like dollar collapse, government collapse. We're going to need silver for barter and trade because the dollar doesn't work anymore. That's what a prepper stacker is, okay? And if you're only a prepper stacker, you don't have to worry about capsules at all. You just want silver in the raw for barter and trade. And like you can handle it however you want because, you know, it's you're planning on using it as money in some kind of like a calamity. So that's a prepper stacker. And a little fun term is like, you know, the word zombie apocalypse. You know, even though that would never happen, but it's just something bad, you know. But I've actually evolved from that. Like, you know, COVID scared the living crap out of me. That's why I got in. But then I just started taking a look around. And then I found another type of stacking called savings account stacking. Now, I'm more in this field, but I have brought over some prepper elements into my strategy. And let me explain it to you. Okay, so savings account stacking is you are literally buying silver, not for some kind of a calamity emergency, but you are buying silver as a way of saving money outside of the system, which is actually kind of cool, you know, be your own bank. And, you know, there's actually a lot of bank problems going on right now, so that's why a lot of silver and gold things are going crazy. And yeah, be your own bank and savings account. It's a way to save money for retirement. The dollar usually loses value over time. Silver usually gains value over time. So for a savings account, I think it's great. Like, I mean, why go to a bank and get like 0.002% interest? I mean, you can do way better with a silver return, in my opinion, than that. Actually, some of this stuff I'm already making money on. Now, listen, that's an off-ball luck, okay? I mean, usually you don't see making money on silver for a while, and I've already pulled off some actually big feats this past couple of years. Believe it or not, 4 weeks ago, when silver hit $34, I was in the green on all my Silver Eagles. And the hardest thing, I'm telling you, dude, the hardest thing to do is to get in the green on profits on Silver Eagles, because the premiums when you buy Silver Eagles are just so astronomically high. Like, I bought Silver Eagles at $32 when silver was worth $22. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, was that a gamble? Absolutely. Did I know silver was going to go up to $34? Nope. No idea at all. But the fact that I was actually able to get all of my Silver Eagles in the green, I don't know, that only tells me that I know what I'm doing. I mean, I have to, because, like, I'm telling you, when you start buying Silver Eagles, you're like, ugh, those premiums are just, like, wickedly wild. When you can go buy a generic round for just, like, $4 over spot, you'll pay, like $8 to $11 over spot for an Eagle. So it's like, you know, there's gives and takes in this game, you know. All right, what's the next thing we want to talk about? Ah, yes, I never said thank you. Christina Coughlin. She sent me this as a gift. And believe it or not, I'm almost kind of ashamed of myself. It's been 2 years. since I've said thank you on a video. I should have did it way sooner. I feel like a piece of crap right now, but I'm glad we're talking about it. Thank you for the coin a couple years ago. She actually sent me a message with this picture, like she was at like a yard sale or something, and she picked this up for like $10 something. And I actually ran the numbers on some kind of a website because at the time I wasn't really too familiar how to do the math on a 40% Eisenhower. So this website just pumped out the number, and it was pretty close to what she paid. So I was like, you did really good on that coin, man. She almost paid near spot for it, only for like a week later for her to show up here and give it to me as a gift. And I think that's so nice. No, like, she's really the only person that's ever given me anything. And I don't know, I've always kept it. I'll never get rid of it because, it's a gift from one of my silver people, man. And yeah. So we're covering a lot of ground. So eagles and maples after 2018 are the only things worth it to encapsulate. Everything else will fucking milk spot on ya, like terribly bad. Okay, so let's go into our little box here. We do have some specialty coins. We have a Australian funnel web spider. Listen, apologize for that light. I really should have did this setup somewhere else, to be honest. And we have the Australian funnel web spider and the terrible light. This has always been like one of my favorite coins. Like last year around Halloween, I bought that coin because, a spider is kind of like Halloween theme. I just wanted to buy something spooky, And then this is my favorite coin, my favorite silver coin design thus far is the Canadian Voyager dollar. Now, this was the original design on the original silver dollars. Let me get a better light. There we go. This was the design in the original silver dollars, and they brought this back in 2017 as like a 150-year anniversary edition. And they used the old design. And what I liked about it is that it's an old design on a modern coin. Because I think back in the 50s and the 40s, I don't think Canada was able to get silver to 4 nines fine yet. Their silver was 80%, so 800. So now it's 4 nines fine. And so it's an old design, which I love, on a modern coin. The only thing that sucks is that the coin is 2017, which is 1 year before the 2018 promise of no milk spots, and it does have milk spots. So my recommendation is, I bought this coin just out of the pure love of the design. My likeness of the design outweighed the care of milk spots. And I mean, if you're in this kind of position, I would say go for it, but not recommended if milk spots are a deal breaker for you. Okay. So there's all the encapsulated coins I have thus far, and my goal is to fill up this box, but hold on, made a mistake. This one. That is the 2013 Thanksgiving giveaway coin, and that is not part of my stack anymore. That belongs to you guys. So we're gonna put that way over there. That's not even part of my deal anymore. It belongs to you guys. All right, eagles. Let's put the eagles away. If you do have any questions, just ask in the comment box after I post the video, because I just haven't done a video in a long time. I almost feel really rusty at this. I mean, and borderline ashamed, just because I don't know. I need to do this more often. I think that's just the bottom line. Okay, we don't talk about this enough. So I've actually been having thoughts recently about maybe stepping back from silver and becoming just a full-time platinum stacker. And so what we have here is a 5-gram platinum bar. You know, I don't know, it kind of sucks that I don't have the best camera either. But hey, we do what we got. And actually, you know what, that's another element of my style and the way I teach people. Hey, listen, when you watch some of these YouTube creators, a lot of these people got money, okay? And what I offer, or the teachings that I can provide, is how do you stack when you're poor? I'm a dishwasher at a restaurant, and I am still able to pull this off. Now listen, half of my success is in my personal life. All my life, I have stayed out of debt. That is my secret weapon. That is why all the extra money from my paycheck that I don't have to spend on bills is mine. And I'm able to take that money and buy mostly silver. Now, when it comes to stackers that don't have a lot of money, one thing that you will not see here is gold. I have some kind of a weird gold curse. The 2 times that I bought some, I wasn't able to hold on to it. My broke life situation always dictated the liquidating of my gold assets for some other purpose that needed cash. I don't know. If I can get some gold and hold on to it, maybe I'll change my mind. But right now, I just consider gold to be off limits for me because it's just not in the cards for me right now, man. But platinum, still expensive, but not nearly as expensive as gold. And what I like about platinum is historically, it's worth double the price of gold. And right now, it's worth half the price of gold. So I think, like the silver, I think there is an investment here that is very unloved. Nobody really gives a shit about it. Everyone talks about silver and gold. No one cares about platinum. It's weird. But yeah, but these little platinum bars, man, they pack a punch, man. This is a 5-gram platinum bar, and it's worth about almost $200. So I mean, this is worth, like, that big chunk of metal is worth 30, and that tiny thing, keep in mind, which is also very thin. It's a very thin little thing. $200, man. That's crazy, dude. Platinum. Maybe just a couple of quick platinum facts. Platinum is 30 times more rare than gold coming out of the ground. And if you were to take all the platinum ever mined and put it into an Olympic-sized swimming pool, it would only be ankle deep. That is how little of physical platinum that has been mined thus far in history. That's all of it. It's not very much. And what I like about this little piece here is that thin sheet of platinum in the bottom of an Olympic-sized swimming pool, which is all there is. I have a piece of that right here in my hand, which is another I don't know. Platinum is pretty mind-blowing altogether. It's a weird metal. It acts like gold. It doesn't tarnish. It doesn't react with its environment. It doesn't react to most chemical reactions like gold. The only major difference between platinum and gold is like the color. It looks like silver and, you know, gold is yellow. And the hardness. This is a very hard metal and gold is very soft. And because this metal is so hard, the most pure you can get platinum, this platinum bar is 9995 pure. And all platinum products are usually pretty much across the board 9995. I think that's the purest they can get it, and I am pretty accurate when I say that platinum is a real bitch of a metal to work with. Because unlike gold, it is very hard, and I think it might also be brittle. Slightly. I don't know. I don't know much about platinum, to be honest. but I know enough. I know that it doesn't tarnish. Like in that aspect, it's very much like gold, the tarnishing aspect and the not reacting with other things aspect. But in all the other departments, it's very different, from the color to the hardness to the utility to the whatever. I mean, this stuff is used to it's used as a catalyst to clean car exhaust and catalytic converters. I mean, who would have thunk, right? Matter of fact, when our forefathers made silver money, they would have never guessed of its industrial uses. Like, especially back in the day when photography needed silver nitrate to develop the photos, because silver is very photogenic. And then we have some coins back there. Yeah, I think I covered all bases, just explain why I haven't been doing videos, because, I kind of fell out of the habit of pulling my stuff out of the safe, which is a good thing. Because like I said, every time you crack open a tube and you dump them coins out, you're dinging them up. So the sooner you get out of that habit, technically the better. So, and I also kind of wanted to apologize. I've been really quiet. I've been learning a lot. Oh yeah, cool thing that happened to me last week. I was at the post office paying a bill, okay? And I left my wallet there. And in my wallet, I had some cash. And I also carry a pocket piece Silver Eagle in my wallet. And why I do this is one time I got stranded in Marquette. I had no money and no food, nothing to eat or drink. I went over to the jeweler there because the window said, "We buy gold." And I was like, "Hey, do you buy silver?" And they're like, "Yeah." Well, I'll make a long story short. It got me some money and it got me some food and it kind of saved my butt. So that's why I carry a pocket piece. Well, I left my wallet at the post office, and by the time I got back there, it was gone. I was like, "Oh no." And to be honest, like, I love the UP. This is a really nice area. The people here are very friendly. And I feel pretty safe showing my stack. I mean, dude, I even lost my wallet. It was taken. And then it was given back to me with the money and the silver coins still in it. I mean, this is a groovy place, man. I mean, I would say if you were in any other area, a bigger area, oh my God, a city area, you don't show anybody your shit for any reason. But, I just happen to be blessed enough to be, well, it's a curse too, and I'll explain that. I happen to be blessed to be in an area where I can show stuff like this, but let's go to the cursed part. There is not a lot of there's no coin shops around here, but there really isn't a market for silver and gold here, like on an individual peer-to-peer level. So I didn't and this is all for my retirement, right? I didn't want to be in a situation to where I retired and then I just walk out onto the street to start selling coins and people are like, "We don't know you. We've never heard of you. We don't trust you. Is what you have real?" You know what I'm saying? There's just like so many questions. So I decided to actually establish a relationship with the community now, before I retire, so that I have a well-established base of people that know who I am, what I'm about, that I'm the real deal. I've never done anything wrong to anybody in this department of metals, because really in this game, in the metals, if you lose your trust and reputation, it is over for you. You might as well just stop, because nobody is going to do business with you. And, that actually, it's happened to me a couple of times where I had to shut down a silver deal just because they said something that just spooked me. And that's it. Once you spook me, it's over for you. I don't even care if the rest of the stuff is real. I don't want to look at any of it. I had this guy last week send me a grainy picture of of a $5 Incuse Eagle gold piece from like the 1800s. And it was kind of a great, like, you wouldn't have been able to make like any kind of like official determination from this grainy photo. You know, you would want this thing in your hand to take a look at it. But, you know, we were just talking about it. I was like, you know, that's got some numismatic value. It's, you know, the metal was worth about $800, but the coin could probably easily sell for about $1,000. And I told him all that. I told him the truth. I was honest. You know, like if we were going to be doing business with this particular coin, you would expect to be paid closer to the $1,000 end. You know, middle to high nines, I would say. But then he said something to me that just blew my mind. He goes, I got something to tell you. I'm like, what? He goes, the coin is counterfeit. And I was like, it's over for you, bro. Like, I don't even want to look at the rest of what you got now. Like, that's what I mean. Like, once the reputation and the trust is gone, it's over. I mean, because in this game, that's all you got is people knowing that your word is your bond. And if you're going to sell someone a silver coin, there is not going to be a fucking issue with the metal composition of that coin. So it's just so important just to be real and upfront with people. And, you know, yeah, there are some prepper elements here. I do like keeping coins in the raw because, now, like, listen, I haven't done any for a while, but I do coin videos. And it's just nice to have coins in the raw. You know, so, you know, after the milk spot disaster, I had to create a system to, like, not waste money on tubes, not put coins in tubes and have the milk spot later. So I had to really figure my shit out. So I said, okay, the only thing we're doing is Eagles and Maples after 2018. And when it comes to all the other coins, if I'm not into a coin enough to fill up the tube entirely, then don't buy the capsules, because obviously you didn't give a shit enough about that type of coin to begin with. But let me explain why it's okay to have a tube. Like with this one, I have just one coin in there, okay? And why, oh, let me put you down because this lid is tight. All right, so what we have here is a silver Philharmonic from Austria. Yep, it's milk spotted. This at one point was probably in a tube. So this was one of my milk spot capsule mistakes. But the reason why I have one coin is because, you know what? It's good to have. Okay, so like, listen, take the coins you want to buy, or take the coins that you know you're going to buy, and at least get one real representation. Now, why do I have at least one representation of this many coins? Because this is literally all the coins that I will buy. You know, if you have a Philharmonic, I will buy a Philharmonic. If you have a Krugerrand, I'll buy a Krugerrand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I have the tubes. It's just, I think it's good just to have one of each, a real coin, so that when you go do a deal with a coin that you're not really too familiar with, at least you have a real example with you to do a side-by-side. And a lot of these counterfeit mints, when you do the side-by-side with a real coin, it's obvious because there's quality control issues that the real coin will just expose. So yeah, it's just a good idea to have at least one of each of a real example of the coins that you know you will buy. Now, there's not a Libertad, a Mexican Libertad tube here, because I do not buy Mexican Libertads. You think the Eagles are expensive. So, I mean, I'm not in that game. I'm a stacker. I'm not a coin collector. Yes, they are different things. Maybe do that research on your own on YouTube, or maybe we can save that for a later date. We're 39 minutes into this video. I think it was a good one. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Good luck on the drawing tomorrow. I'm really sorry I haven't done a video in a while. But I have been posting the best YouTube videos from the best YouTube content creators available right now. And I've even weeded out all of the crackpots. And dude, like, there's some real crackpots out there. There's some people saying that, Oh, $500 silver. You need to run away from those people. That is never going to happen. That is not in your future. We are not going to see $500 silver. And you know what? If we ever saw $500 silver, the environment we're going to be living in is going to be so bad, we're probably all going to just be dead anyway. So who wants $500 silver? I don't. So have a good night. Keep realistic. Keep a straight head. Be kind to people. I mean, I really work hard every day to make sure that you guys are funneled down at least the right path and not be led astray by some of these. Oh, I'm telling you, man, there's some fakes out there. There's some scams. There's shit out there that'll take your money and you don't even get a fake coin. You get nothing. So, yeah, I worked, there was even a guy like the other week, he was asking if he could advertise some kind of a website about coins on the page, and I knew nothing about it. And I was like, you know what? I was like, until I can at least do the research, which really I wasn't interested in doing anyway, because I already got my people going down such a right path that, there really isn't room for things that I'm not sure of. And I just told the dude, I was like, listen, I work really hard to keep my members safe and keep their metals real and keep them from getting ripped off and to make sure they're spending the right price. I mean, there is a wrong way to do this. There's a wrong way to do this. For example, a raw Silver Eagle from 2020 cost me about, let's just say this was one of those $32 coins, okay? You could buy a Silver Eagle in the raw from the year 1996 and spend $103 because that's the key date. See, that's coin collecting. That's not stacking. I'm doing stacking. I'm trying to pay the lowest possible price for a coin that I possibly can, even if that means, if I want a Silver Eagle, but, they're too expensive, what about a fucked up Silver Eagle? Is it scratched up? Can I pay less for a scratched up Silver Eagle? I've been known to do that too. That's stacking. To get as close to spot as you possibly can, even if it means buying damaged coins. Now listen, if you're going to buy damaged coins, the only thing that's important is that all the weight is there. No pieces of the coin being missing or rubbed down or anything crazy. But scratches, nicks, dings, those are all okay because all the weight is still there. That's all that matters to me. I mean, if we can bring the price down, all the weight is still there, that's stacking. Stacking and coin collecting are not the same thing. Coin collecting is trying to buy the most rare thing in the best condition, and that is usually big fucking bucks. Yeah, that's not my game. I want to buy metal for as close to the spot delivery price as I can. Have a good night. I'm done doing this video. I'll try to do videos more often because honestly, I really felt how rusty I was making a video tonight. And I'm kind of ashamed. I need to interact with you guys more. All right, have a good night. And the Thanksgiving drawing will be tomorrow at some point.